Special program designed for commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the creation of Gateway State, Ogun State. It's called OGUN 50 Special on OGTV. My name is Bimbo. It's good to be here this Monday afternoon. We told you when we started this program last week that the program runs twice every week, on Mondays 3 to 4 p.m. and of course on Thursdays 10 to 11 a.m. My colleague is with me for an additional review. You know this program is in English and Yoruba, and so we are together this afternoon once more. Fola, how are you?
Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè tí ó jẹ́ kí ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ kìíní, ọjọ́ kejì, ọjọ́ kẹta, àádọ́ta ọdún bá pé ògo forúkọ Olúwa. Ayẹyẹ àádọ́ta ọdún tí a ṣèdásílẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn náà la ṣe ṣe lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú àkànṣe ètò yìí tí iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn gbé kalẹ̀. Olúwafọláyímilára Adésínà Green ni orúkọ tèmi lórí ètò náà ní ọ̀sán yìí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti máa ń ṣe láti ìgbà tí ètò yìí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, ẹ ní àǹfààní láti pè kí ẹ sì mú ìbéèrè níbi tí ó ti jẹ ẹ̀bùn káàdì ìpè lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún kan náírà èyí tí Alhaji Jẹ̀lílì Àjọṣẹ̀ ṣe agbátẹrù rẹ̀. Ní Alhaji Jẹ̀lílì Àjọṣẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní ilé oúnjẹ alátẹ superfood ní Abẹ́òkúta àti Olúwalógbọ́n electronics. Torí náà yẹn wá lé àyà wa ti bẹ́ sílẹ̀ kò bẹ́ sẹ́rẹ́ ẹ pè wá ẹ jẹ̀bù ṣùgbọ́n alálejò lórí ètò.
Yes, you know the program is segmented into two parts. The first part is the interview segment. The second part is for the question and answer. So we have a guest joining us virtually this afternoon. It's one person that is very well known in Ogun State. He's been in government in Ogun State and currently is the chairman of OGUN Investment Company, that company that runs the affairs of Southwest states in terms of investment. And of course, he was also former commissioner for commerce and industry in Ogun State between 2011 and 2019. Join us this afternoon to welcome Otunba, Bimbo, Ashiru. Good afternoon, Otunba, Ashiru.
Thank you for on your program today.
All right, thank you so much. Now, let's start this way, Otunba Ashiru. Now, what will be your general assessment of the journey of Ogun State in 50 years, between 1976 and now?
Well, I would tell you that the journey so far is progressive. I mean, because of things when Ogun State was, I was still a young man then, administration. In that, then, and then, I'm a young guy, we didn't even know, and I think it was General Moita, and then God bless his soul. In the trajectory, we had military governors, I can remember the first governor, Victor job. Well, and another who was there, this one time, another time, had Otunba Senator Bukula Musu, 8 years as Commissioner for Trade, Commerce and Industry, and then now the present Governor Dr. Abiodun. So the point is that you could see the trajectory of Ogun State. Like I always tell people, Ogun State is what New Jersey is to New York. And I remember that today, Ogun State is now the industrial hub of Nigeria. I remember I listened to the commentary during the 50th anniversary, and then during the ceremony where Ambassador spoke, and I'm sure he'd be a proud man because he was number 2 man in this country then when it was being made. When Ogun State was created, and I give it to him, he must have that credit because it was during the time when he was number 2 man. He wasn't the president, he wasn't the head of state, he was number 2 man during his regime, and then he's now giving back to his own state. So we look at that and see how, I remember as a young man in Nepodi then, what Mr. Obanjo did, and you could see Ogun State now. I remember when you are coming to say that road that leads from interchange to Abeokuta is now realized. These are the credits. I mean, so every successful governor did their best to the best of their ability. Because I always tell people that it is a characteristic that is inherent in. So many of these people, they've done their own to the best of their ability. So that's why I always tell people that don't criticize anybody that are rude. Just focus, build the bridge forward. Don't build it backward. I hate it when they say, one governor did. No. Forget about what the past governor did. He has done his own best. So government is a continuum. So anybody that comes into will continue. After Governor Bimbo leaves, another person will come in and will start doing it. So once we do that, let me give an example. Look at Lagos State. You will never hear a governor criticizing a past governor. Because it's a progressive thing. So any governor that OGUN State, like I said earlier, is now the industrial hub of Nigeria. And I remember during our time, 75% of foreign direct investment in Nigeria came to OGUN State. And OGUN State was the only state in Nigeria where the president visited move to commission industry. So I think we are lucky people. And OGUN State is always the first. OGUN State has produced 3 leaders in Nigeria. We have Chief Obasanjo, Chief Shuleko, and Abiola, because he's been recognized as the president. Chief Abiola is from Ogun State. The only thing that we only 50 said that they are from Abeokuta. So maybe next one will be from Ijebu or
Okay, you were in government for 8 years. Will you say that the state has lived up to its potentials fully in 50 years?
Oh, yes. I remember vividly when Chief Bimbo was there, he was talking about the IGR, probably in less than 5-10 million. When Chief Otunba was talking about IGR, but 5 million, 10 million those days was a lot of money. Yeah. Value today, because I remember vividly as a young man, I went to London with 500 naira, and I was going to collect 458 pounds in front of refugees in London. So you could see then, you can't take 500 naira to London today anyway. Even 500 naira cannot even buy you fuel to move you from one place. So you can now look at the economy. Then secondly, when the military, they do their own, military is always funny because I don't commend military government because they are there to work. They were not voted for the front themselves there. So if you commend whatever they did, they have been paid to do that job. Instead of them to go to war, they have come, overtook, and they run the government by by decree. So we cannot talk about that. But they did very well too, because I remember General OGUN, when he was the president, head of state of Nigeria, he did a lot of things. I think maybe because it's easier for them to just say, you don't need to pass anything through the National Assembly or the State Assembly. It's easier for them to achieve a lot of success. Let's give it to them in that way. So but where you now need to have collaborative efforts, where you need to have every citizen to say, I remember during the budget section, you have to go to all the areas to have them, what do you need here, what do you want here, how do we incorporate in the budget of the state. But what I'm trying to say is that during this time, in the last few years, look at what Chief Otunba did. They did his best. Governor Bingara did his best. Governor Mosu, maybe I have to be partial. During the time, I can tell you that the IGR of Ogun State now skyrocketed, moved up drastically.
Now it's not 17 trillion naira in that range. 17 trillion naira.
Yes, we started with that time. We started with billions. There was no billions, there's billions. And look at the kind of construction, the bridges that were done all over the state. Improvements, schools and everything. So Governor Ashiru came in, and I'm impressed that he continued and he finished some of the projects that were started by Governor Mosu too. And that's why I said government is a continuum. Yeah. You shouldn't come in and say, what your predecessor did, you abandon that. You must work on it, because the people that suffer for that are the citizens, not the people. Because now by this time next year, governor that will be beginning to leave too. So at one point is that whoever is coming in as the governor, they must. But I can tell you, Ogun State has improved drastically. Things have improved. You have a cargo airport now. You have free trade zones that have been there. You have all these industries coming in. I was happy last time I came to Abeokuta. That was just on Friday. I was there for the ceremony that it was on Tuesday or Wednesday. Then I came back on Friday. And I was happy when I was driving along Shimun Road, and I could see industries springing up left, right, and center. So it clearly shows that Ogun State is now come of age. But having said that, I want to know, and I believe that the citizens of Ogun State, they are benefiting from this. This will have created jobs for the teeming young ones, our children that are in school, the graduates, the ones that have graduated. I mean, Ogun State has one of the largest schools in Nigeria. University, we have Ogun State University, Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, Southwest Ogun State Polytechnic, which is now a university now. Yeah, I mean, so many higher institutions. So Ogun State has come age, and I believe that what we need is to continue to grow it and sustain it. And I'm happy that our leaders, they come out to be proud. I'm a very proud citizen of Ogun State, because Ogun State, I mean, when they are talking about IPRs in this country, Ogun State, I mean, we rank as one of the first 4 in this country, which is very key, which is very important. And I think the past leaders, the past governors should be proud of what they've done. They've done very well in their own ability, in their own capacity. So I think, I mean, we are there to congratulate them. I won't condemn any governor, any past governor of Ogun State or any present governor. I believe that people do things to the best of their abilities and not the kind of dream they have. I can imagine someone like Senator Amos, who went as a young person, say, if God gives me the opportunity to run Ogun State, these are the things I'm going to do. And I always laugh when I see him walking around to be sure, these areas I want to do it. And the same thing happens to Governor Abiodun. This is, and look at it, the airport is there. People have dreams, they have their focus, they have their mission, they have their vision. So I believe that we should encourage them and, I mean, commend them for the job they've done so far in Ogun State.
Otunba Bimbo Ashiru, tí ẹ ti fìgbà kan rí jẹ́ alábòójútó fún ètò káràkátà àti ìdásílẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ajé nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn, ṣùgbọ́n ní báyìí tí ẹ jẹ́ alága fún àgbáríjọpọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ Oòduà. Tí a bá wo ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, 50 ọdún ti pé tí a dá ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn sílẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ọjọ́ iwájú ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, báwo lẹ́yìn ṣe wòye ẹ̀?
Ààrẹ ìdásọ́lé ìpínlẹ̀ Ogun State ó sì máa da Ogun ṣẹ́ gbogbo àwọn inú mi dùn pé àwọn tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ lókun tó ti jẹ́ olùdarí Ogun State nígbà yẹn nǹkan tó ń ṣe bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe. Ẹ bá rẹ̀ rí pé Ogun State ẹni tó bá ṣe dáadáa àwọn àgbà pé sọ pé àwọn ogun àgbálẹ̀ àgbẹ̀ kì í fi nǹkan ṣeré ṣùgbọ́n ní ṣe Ogun State in the next 10-20 years mo rí Ogun State as a state rẹ pé àwọn máa fi yangàn ni wọ́n ti fi yangàn sí gbogbo títí ìṣèlú yẹn gbogbo ọ̀nà ọ̀tà gbogbo ọ̀nà ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀tà gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá tó wà mẹ́ mo sọ fẹ́ràn kan mo ní làfáàjì wá sílùú yìí over 60 years ago kò yẹ wọ́n ṣe cement yẹn wọ́n lè ṣe lọ́dọ̀ọ́lá cement yẹn wọ́n ṣe láti Ṣàgámù wọ́n ṣe ní Ewékòró ní kíní Dangote náà ti dé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tiẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn.
wọ́n wà á lọ kò tán bẹ́ẹ̀.
kí lè rí.
mo ní wọ́n wà á lọ kò tán nínú ilẹ̀.
kò tán bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mo sọ pé wọ́n máa wà á sí agbọ́mágbẹ́ni ní cement and tó bá ṣe wọ́n máa tó bá set up ceramic industry lókun state 90% raw materials wọ́n wà lókun state so Ogun State adé state rẹ pé àwọn agbọn fúnra wa àtúnra wa tó a lè ṣe nǹkan wa yẹn lọ́wọ́ ń pè ní value chain pé àwọn ará Ogun State o nǹkan bàbá náà ṣe o wọ́n ṣe báyìí o ẹ̀yẹ ká lọ síbẹ̀ nísìnyí gbogbo àwọn ìlú iṣẹ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nìbàdàn Ogun State ló ń gbé. bẹ́ẹ̀ni. so táàtì wọn Ogun State yẹn kọ́ tó máa sán àwa dàbí nǹkan tí mo sọ pé mo níbi New Jersey New York gbogbo àwọn tó ṣe ní New York ní Manhattan New Jersey ló ń gbé wọ́n ń gbé ní Lodi wọ́n ń gbé ní oríṣiríṣi area níbẹ̀ tó bó ṣe Ogun State bó ṣe wá nìyẹn à ń kó dẹ̀ sí ìgbà tó pé Ogun State dé gateway orúkọ yẹn bá mú bọ̀ òfò mẹ́wàá kan jọ kan mo ń tọ́ bá ní kábẹ̀ tí ń gba visa lọ sí ìlú kálukú dìlú ẹ̀ mú mo ní àwọn ará Èkó omi ló yí wọ́n ká tó máa fẹ́ wá pé kó tó máa fẹ́ Ogun State tó máa gba visa wa tó bá ń bọ̀ láti Ìbàdàn wá gba visa tó bá ń bọ̀ láti Benin Ogun State anybody tó bá ń lọ sí bójẹ́ north lẹ́nu lọ bójẹ́ east bójẹ́ west Ogun State ló máa gbà kọjá tó Ọlọ́run dá Ogun State ìlú Ogun State jẹ́ ìlú tí Ọlọ́run dá Ọlọ́run ti wọ́n ní gateway state èmi rí Ogun State in the next 10 years tó máa fi jọ ìjẹ̀lú ìdí tó máa fi máa yan ọgbọ̀n bá ṣe fi yan ọgbọ̀n sí ó tún máa yan ọgbọ̀n sí ni.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ tí a bá ní kí a wò ó ìrìn àjò 50 ọdún ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn nígbà tí ẹni tó jẹ́ apàṣẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lọ́dún 1976 tó dá ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn sílẹ̀ ó dá àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ míì náà sílẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tí a bá wo ìdàgbàsókè àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ yìí àti ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ǹjẹ́ lè dúró sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn.
ẹ̀wọ̀n lè dúró sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn Ọlọ́run dára pé ìka ògbọ́gbà ẹ wo àwọn míì ìdẹ́jọ́ lọ sí skul lẹ́nu ìdẹ́jọ́ lọ sí primary school ìdẹ́jọ́ lọ sí secondary school ẹlòmíì lẹ́nu àwọn míì ti kú àwọn míì tó ti wà láyé wọn ò jẹ́ kí àwọn míì dẹ́wà jẹ́ pé wọ́n lówó ó ṣe rí Ògùn tí dàbí Ògùn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n dá wọn lẹ̀ wọ́n ní pé àwọn ilé yọgàn àwọn ilé yọrí bó ṣe rí nìyẹn so àwọn tí àwọn Ògùn tè lè fògùn tè tí wọ́n ní orí oríṣiríṣi tó wà ní Nàìjíríà ní Ògùn state ìlú ìyẹn máa fi ń pè ẹwọ ìlú yìí Ògùn state ló gbé Wọlé Ṣóyínká lẹ̀ Professor Wọlé Ṣóyínká Ọbásanjọ́ Ṣónẹ́kàn kọ́lọ́kọ́n kẹ́ gbogbo àwọn gómìnà tó ń ṣe yìí tó ń yangàn yìí gbogbo wọn kò fẹ́ náà ní Ògùn state tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ pa bàbá Ọ̀ṣọ́bà Arẹ́mọ wọn ní a force to be reckoned with in journalism tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ pa ilé Ògùn state disease ẹsẹ̀ tí wo ẹ tó ń jẹ̀jẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà ọmọ wa Anthony Joshua Ògùn state Joshua ọwọ́ alọ́bí yẹn sí Ìbàdàn bí yẹn ní wọ́pọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yẹn lọ́hùn London àmọ́ kó máa di ojúọgbọ́ ẹ̀pọ̀ kékeré bàbá ẹ̀ àjọlọ́sùn ni ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni bàbá ẹ̀ àmọ́ kó náà máa di ráì òun náà yẹ wọ́n ṣe dì í sìn so tẹ́ bá wò ó dáadáa láàárín àwọn ìlú mi wọ́n ní afúngbìn kan ní nínú Bíbélì wọ́n ní ó ṣe kí ní ìkan bọ́ fẹ̀gùn ẹ̀gún tẹ̀pa ìkan bọ́ sílẹ̀ rere àwọn ilẹ̀ rere ṣùgbọ́n bọ́ sígbà tó dáwọ́ mẹ́ òye àrẹ̀mẹ́gbàgbé fún bàtà tó wá ṣe tán ẹ tó dálẹ̀ ìyẹn wá kú bàbá wa Ọbásanjọ́ tó wá di olórí ibẹ̀ ìlú òye wọ́n máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ kan pé tá a bá kọ èdè àkọsọ́dọ̀ ara wa kò yé but having said that o àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ náà wọ́n ṣe fair to everybody ẹ̀sùn Ògùn state kò sí ẹwọ àwọn industries tó ń lọ́bẹ̀ ẹwọ gbogbo kínní and aláti jẹ́ kí jẹ́ ká máa sọ fún ọ̀rọ̀ pé tí ìjọba ò bá jẹ́ kí àwọn tó fẹ́ máa gbé ilé ìdálẹ́sẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ń bá make nǹkan easy fún wọn wọn ò ní wà so Ògùn state tó ń make nǹkan easy fún wọn ni wọ́n ti gbà tí mo jẹ́ commissioner mo ní wá o mo láwọn pípù yìí o àwọn tó ń bọ̀ yìí o mo sọ fún ọ ní ìbò mo ń dẹ ara greatest asset àwọn gbogbo ní ohun ìnáwó
àmúṣọrọ̀ wá.
òkè ẹ̀ máa ń tẹ́wọ́ àwọn ló máa san táàkì owó táàkì bá fi ń rọpò yìí tá a ní kinní torí pé industries ń wá ní ibi ẹ̀rọ fi ń sọ wọ́n fi ń sọ táàkì àbí táàkì tó ń gbà lọ́wọ́ fúgbà àwọn àti tún ìṣe ó ti o àwọn oríṣiríṣi ilé iṣẹ́ ńláńlá tó wá àwọn ló ń gbé táàkì ẹ̀ wá àwọn ẹ̀ ló fi ṣe so ṣe nítorí pé owó orí tó ń san wọ́n ti bàbá mi òun náà ń pè ní sàkà olórí sí ìpínjẹ̀ nígbà yí àwọn òyìnbó colonial days wọ́n máa gba tax wọ́n máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ so èyí gbogbo ẹ̀ ìgbà ló lọ.
Okay, Otunba Ashiru, so I mean, I like the dimension this interview is going now. You are former commissioner for commerce and industry in this state. Now we just spoke about the impact of commerce and industry in Ogun State. This sector of the state, can it be underestimated, by any successive administration going forward in Ogun State?
I will tell you something. I remember vividly before I became the commissioner for commerce and industry. I was told that when the governor is not happy with the commissioner, they post him or her to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. But when we came in, Ogun State was number 36 in terms of ease of doing business in Nigeria. And with the kind of reforms we did in that ministry then, between 2000 and, by the time we went back, ease of doing business, Ogun State moved from number 36 to number 5 in the whole of the country. And by the time, if you go and check the World Bank report in that year, 2012, Ogun State was personally recognized and acknowledged. And I give it to the leadership who was able to pick the airheads, good people that could work with it. The Governor Musu, he did very well in that area. He brought in professionals. And what happened is that, we now moved in year, by the time we left in 2000, Ogun State moved to number 4. So it is because we are creating, even doing business, we are making environment to be easy. If you don't give, even doing business, let me tell you the secret today. The primary responsibility of any investor is they are selfish. It is making things easy for them to be able to invest, because they are not Father Christmas. They are going to generate funds. They are going to have returns on their investments. So you could see a state that things have been done. You see, the point is that, like I said earlier, all the governors, past governors, they set their own basis here. People have their own mission, vision, and I mean, some will say, oh, my focus is agriculture and industrialization. Some will say, my focus is industrialization, is agriculture, industrialization. And some will say, oh, housing. Some will say health. Some will say education. So whatever you focus on, and some will say, we will have everything together and
okay.
The leader will not look at the movie and say, oh, this is the state that has done very well. I'm sure you will agree with me too.
Yeah.
I remember OGTV is not what OGTV is now. OGTV that was established in the year, I don't know how, I think OGTV is 50 years too. Am I right?
No.
OGTV was created in 1981.
1981. You can see OGTV in 1981 and OGTV. I remember now you can go on DSTV and put I think it's 260.
Yes.
Yes. So
and GoTV, StarTimes, and DSTV.
I know what we went through to be able to put you on DSTV. I know what the governor did then. He had to call Ogusoya, harass him, that OGTV. So what I'm saying is that once the leaders are passionate about the state, there's no way the state will not go places. And that's why I tell people. So the focus and every member that are going to work in the team must be committed. If you are not committed, then we are not achieving it. It's a joint effort, collaborative effort.
Ashiru, Ogun State was not the only state created in 1976. Ondo was created, Oyo was created. Now, let's look at where are the places of this state within OGUN investment, which you chair? Okay, the connection is a bit slow. Did you get that question?
No, you said, go on, please repeat the question.
Yes, Oyo was created in 1976, Oyo, Ondo, OGUN. Now, these states are within OGUN investment. How strong are their places within that conglomerate? Okay,
let me explain to you. Like I said, fingers are not equal. Oyo State is the cradle of Yoruba land. Yoruba is the largest. Oyo State used to be the largest city in Africa or West Africa, if I get it right. But don't forget that it depends on the leadership, the focus of the leaders. I know when Ashiru was governor, may God bless his soul, of Ondo State. He was able to muzzle, and I think the present governor too is doing the same thing. Ekiti, you have a governor that is so called. I met him in Dallas. He was trying to bring in investors. The present governor Bao, and Governor Sayediki, when he was there, we met at the United Nations trying to bring. So the basic thing is that people will form that you will do this to the best of your ability. So it is now how you run it and how it's being sustained. Sustainability is the key. No matter anywhere, if you are not able to sustain whatever you have and build on it, it's going to be forever. So it depends on the leader, and I always tell people, a country or state deserves the leader they voted for. So what I'm saying basically is that our leaders, the way they are doing this, they are focused, they are engineering their strategies, and that's what they are working on. I could see Governor Bimbo is having this appetite for bringing investors, doing this, traveling to China. So two ideas that bringing him to making the environment conducive, making it easier. So some states believe that some states will not realize that the importance of the client is the asset to them. They say, oh, let us charge them, no, you must make the business environment easy and conducive. That's the important thing. So I can tell you that all the 6 states in Southwest, they are doing the best. Don't forget that some of them, the resources they have, is not. Ogun State is a blessed country state. They have a lot of mineral resources. Onokola is there now. Ogun State is going to be an oil state very soon. And you could see that, like I said, Ogun State is just blessed. That's all. It's just blessed. We are blessed and we have the opportunity. Don't forget that some people, they may have the opportunity, they may have the mineral resources and everything, and they may not be able to make the best of the situation. I don't know whether you agree with me on that. Yeah. And that was said that, I remember President Clinton, when he came to Nigeria, last time he visited as the President of America, he said it publicly. He said, Nigeria, you have no business going around the world to look for money. Your resources is here. and he was tapping the floor. Look, we take cocoa out of this country, we take them out of as export, raw material, and we bring it back as finished product. So we have created jobs for those people over there. But we can be exporting. Nigeria has no business in an import-dependent economy. We should be exporting the kind of the southwest, and I will tell you this, the 6 southwest states in Nigeria, southwest states, they are the 4th or 5th largest economy in Africa. All these cities are OGUN states. So you could see that we are blessed. And as the chairman of OGUN, I could see a lot of that. And I relate to the governors, and I know how they are doing in their states. They are doing very well. And I mean, like I said, fingers are not equal. Some states are bigger and stronger. The way some people are, you have rich men, richer men, richest men. I can tell you that, all the 6 states, they are doing very well, and they are doing very well.
Okay, let's wrap things up with for last questions on this segment of the program. Fola.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ Otunba Bimbo Ashiru. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn 50 ọdún. Owó ti lé ọjọ́ bíi mélòó kan sí nísìn. Àwọn iṣẹ́ ìjẹ́ka wà wọ̀. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn ìdàgbàsókè tó ti ń wáyé látẹ̀yìnwá ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn. Àti mójútó àwọn ìdàgbàsókè yìí fún àwọn ìran tó ń bọ̀ kí la ti máa ṣe.
Yẹn máa ń sọ pé kéèyàn kọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ níṣẹ́ kó lè ṣe dáadáa. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo nǹkan tá a bá ṣe yẹn máa ń láwọn olóògbé máa sọ pé sustainability and the ability kéèyàn lè ní kíní wọ́n mi máa sọ ní Yorùbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ máa sọ fún Yorùbá pé èèyàn láti ní maintenance culture. Ká lè máa ṣe nǹkan tá a bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ káwọn aráàlú náà pè kíní yòókù gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́. Ṣé ìgbọ́n máa ṣẹlẹ̀ pé a máa sọ̀rọ̀ kan táwọn máa ní wọ́n ní a typical person American ni I'm proud to be an American. An average person tó bá wá láti Ògùn State náà wíyà pé I am Ogun State, I'm very proud to be an Ogun State indigene. Kò yẹ yín lọ́mú sọ tó bá jẹ́ tábà nílùú wa yẹn tí nǹkan bá ẹjẹ́ òwúrò ẹjẹ́ sọ pé tó bá ti kọ́ tí ìjọba bá ṣe ẹwúrú bridge tó ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣe irú airport yẹn ẹnìkan bọ́ sí títì níbẹ̀ kan kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń tọ̀ sí orí títì ṣé ó ṣe dáadáa?
Kò ṣe dáadáa.
Bẹ̀tú bá sọ yẹn káwọn aráàlú dìímú kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí nà pé kíní á ti ṣe wẹ̀ mọ́.
Kò ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́.
Nǹkan tó mọ̀ sọ ni pé nǹkan tí ìjọba bá ti ṣe káwọn aráàlú bá ká gbárùkù tí ká bójútó ká bá nǹkan tó ń ṣe irú gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí ẹ wo Ògùn State nísìnyí Ògùn State kàn ń dá sí ni mo wọ ọ́fíìsì gómìnà ìníjọ́ Tuesday mo ní Amẹ́ríkà làwọn àmì yìí London beautifully done ṣe báwọn kan wà mẹ́nu àwọn náà ṣe tó bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn náà ti ṣe so tá a bá ń rí àwọn tó ń wá tó máa tó tí ó ló ọ̀gá kiri tó ń tu wẹ̀ ṣe tó ń ṣe dáadáa ìlú àtòrò inú àwọn èèyàn dùn pé bẹ́tìgbọ́tà ní pé a gbọ́dọ̀ máa bínú ara wa aláti máa ṣe nǹkan tó dáa sílùú tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe sílùú ká máa gbárùkù tí ká máa tún ṣe ká máa bójútó pé àkíní o ọ̀nà yìí o èèyàn kan wá títì ó fẹ́ gbé omi kọjá ń bẹ̀ àtọ̀pẹ̀ pé tó ti gbà àṣẹ náà ìjọba lọ́gà tó yá wọ́n ti ní kò dí kò dé padà kì í ṣe bá jẹ́ kó fọ́ títì yẹn tán kó ṣomi ẹ̀rọ ilé ẹ̀tàn kó wá sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó yẹ máa fẹ̀ sí ni.
Okay, because of our time and we also allow you rest because you are a busy man too. We want to
thank you very much.
We want to appreciate you for granting us this interview this afternoon. Otunba Bimbo Ashiru, Chairman of OGUN Investment Company, and of course one-time Commissioner for Commerce and Industry in Ogun State. We wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. God bless.
Okay, it is still OGTV special in terms of celebration of OGUN 50. We take this break. We'll come back shortly. Please stay with us.